So everybody, you probably are wondering about the name. The Cuchulain was a Irish demigod in folklore. He also turns up in Scottish and Manx folklore. As far as the hounds part of it, you'll have to ask these guys. I don't know about that so much. But there's lots about it on the internet if you want to go back and look up Hounds of Cuchulain. First of all, you get their website. Then you get a bunch of information on Wikipedia and other places about. But that's enough of that. Why don't we just enjoy some music from the Hounds of Cuchulain, please?
Thank you. Let's do a little sound check here. Let's hear the fiddle and whistle and mandolin, please. Check, check, check. Check. Whistle up. Check, check. Check, check, check. How's the mandolin? Can you hear that? All right, cool. We'll give it a go.
A little more.
One thing. Which? Hold on.
We forgot the cake. Would have been a fun show.
You're not supposed to tell us.
Oh no, he left us.
I like the honesty. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, okay, I'll listen to everyone. Hey.
All right, so big round of applause for the lovely choir one more time, folks. Wonderful group. And they have to sit and watch us from behind, so I'm sure that's going to be really great. So sorry about that. And so Dennis, he had us at the Emporium, and we didn't think he'd ever hire us again, but he did for this show. So thank you very much for coming out.
It was great.
Well, thank you very much. Was a joke. We're going to start off here with a really great tune. Oh, I'm missing a part on here too. Oh, hold this.
And that's the joke. Hey. I can't think of any jokes.
We're groupies.
I can tell. Yes.
Third time.
Third time groupies right here, front row.
First time for me. I'm a virgin.
Oh, well, welcome. Yes. True.
If you're thinking I'm killing time so I don't have to work, you're right. Alright, hey, this one should work. You got a whole totally different one. Okay, we're going to start off here. We like people to clap along when we play, so hope you do so. We're the Hounds of Cuchulain, and it's kind of a long story about the hound part, so I'm not going to tell you because that'll take half the set. But at least look into it. Yes, it's the Irish myth of Setanta. It's a very interesting little story. Anyways, the hound, he was called Cuchulain, which in Irish means the Hound of Cuchulain, because Cuchulain was the deity, is sort of like, yeah, he was like a sort of a deity, mythological figure. He's a blacksmith, and he had a guard dog. And Setanta, if you read the story, he accidentally killed his guard dog. And so Setanta, he offered himself to be the guard dog. So they called him Cuchulain, or the Hound of Cuchulain. We're the hounds of the Hound of Cuchulain. Which might be a little strange, but if you read on our website, we go into a little diatribe about our ancestry. And so we kind of are the Hounds of Cuchulain, because all of our foreparents came from Ireland, Scotland, and England. And so, there's some Norwegian too, so watch out. And I'd say that's the story. We thought maybe it was a bit of a tough name to go with, but we went with it anyways. And when we did it, we did a video with the Irish Rovers, which I'm sure some of you know. You know they still play, right? I always mention it because a lot of people don't remember them, or maybe remember them but don't think they play anymore. I ran into George and Ann Miller today. George Miller is the lead singer. Ran into him today at the barn market. So it's a small world. He lives here, by the way. And Will Miller, who was the lead man of the Irish Rovers for many years, lives in News Bay. So there's a connection here, and they've always had homes on the island, actually, which is really cool. Anyways, long story short, they thought it was a great name, and they said if they ever had a chance to go back in time and rename their band, they would take the Hounds of Cuchulain. So there you go. So, because we like to get... I sort of told the story. It wasn't the story. It was a story, yes. So, we're going to do this one first. We usually don't use it as our starting reels. We usually do the Femoy Lassies and Sporting Paddy. Today we're going to, because of the environment stuff, the Musical Priest and the Blackthorn Stick. And the reason why is because it starts with Madeline on the tin whistle. And Brianna here likes to get the people clapping. So we'll get you guys going early. You guys ready for it? Yeah. Oh yeah, hope it sounds all right. Here is the Musical Priest and the Blackthorn Stick, 2 ancient Irish reels. And 2. Usually we have a huge setup like Metallica, but today we went with a small setup, and so I hope it's loud enough. You guys hear everything? Okay, good. Great. All right. Dennis was talking about the honorable profession of fishing, and I agree. It is an honorable profession. I come from Ucluelet, where my family worked in the fish factories there. We worked at Ucluelet Seafood Producers. We worked at Prince Rupert Co-op Dock. We worked at Trappa, and I worked at Harry-O Dock because I wanted to go out with Harry-O's daughter, and Neptune Packers and lots of other places. We worked in the fish factories, and my mom even worked at a crab factory, snow crab, that was at the Tofino Airport of all places. So they would fly in snow crab from Alaska, and you'd go in there and work. I worked with her there for about a month. So it is an honorable profession, I agree. And I remember, was it the Nootka, the boat? Dennis? Your family boat, was it the Nootka? Oh, okay. So I thought I heard Nootka, and I remember that boat. Anyways, I started as an unloader on fishing boats before, at 15 years old. It was illegal to work at 15, but because my mom worked there, I got to become an unloader, and I was small, so I could wiggle into those trollers at 2 in the morning in the ice and the blood and get the fish out. Because that's what you had to do. You had to crawl in there. And then at the end, you got rewarded by having to shovel out like a couple of tons of ice. And the only thing the fisherman would offer you was a can of beer, which I wasn't allowed to, but, you know, once in a while. That's how tired I was at the time. It's an honorable profession, but until the industry doesn't manage it well, and he'll attest to that. The industry of commercial fishing, the people who ran the industry, basically wiped out the salmon. I would happen to be working when it happened in probably 89 or 90. And 1 year, we just weren't called into work, except for very high seniority people in the union. And that was it. We went from millions and millions of pounds of salmon to nothing. And we were doing slime eels for wallets by the end. Yeah. And also surimi, which is a type of fake crab meat. Don't eat it. I tell this to everybody, don't eat it. I saw what went into that stuff. It's not a good thing. So we sold the Canadian company sold it to the Americans in the end, and we had American bosses come and start telling us what to do and so forth. So the industry didn't manage it well. And long story short, we're going to do a sort of a fishing song. I don't know how you say when you fish mammals. You fish mammals? This one's a very old, relatively new song from 1723. It's an English song called The Greenland Whale Fishery. I love this song. The Irish band brought it to life with Ronnie Drew on vocals, the Irish band, specifically the Dubliners. And this is about, obviously, the Greenland whale fishery, the North Greenland fishery. They wiped out all the whales there, the industry, the industrialists. The industrialists were sort of out of touch with what was going on in the ocean, just like with the salmon. And then so they moved it to the South Greenland, and then they moved the whaling to Hawaii, and so on and so forth, and just following wherever they could get these whales. So here's the Greenland whale fishery. It's a lovely song, it's a sea shanty. Clap along, folks, here we go. In 1846, on March the 18th day, well, we hoisted our colors to the top of the mast, and for Greenland sailed away, brave boys, and for Greenland sailed away. The watchman on the cross trees stood, spyglass in his hand. There's a whale, which she cries, and she blows at every span, brave boys, and she blows at every span. Hey! The captain stood at the quarter deck, and the ice was in his eye. Overhaul, let your jib sheets fall, and you'll put your boats to sea, brave boys, and you'll put your boats to sea. Well, the harpoons dropped and the lines laid out with a single flourish of her tail. She capsized the boat, we lost 5 men, and we did not catch the whale, brave boys, and we did not catch the whale. Hey! Hey, here's the vocals, okay? Oh, good. Are they too loud? Oh, okay. Check these things out. Okay, well, here's a great anti-colonial song. Some people did fight British colonialism. Irish are very well known for it. This is going way back. This one here is also from the 1700s. It's called Whiskey in the Jar, and it's from the time of the Cromwell invasion of Ireland. And so, very beautiful song. It's about foot-soled highwaymen robbing the King's Highway. So there is a part in it, in the chorus, where you clap along, and it's a specific little rhythm. Maddie's going to show you where to do it. You guys are going to follow along and get louder and louder to the end of the song. Cool?
Yeah.
Excellent. Here's Whiskey in the Jar. Bring it in, Brianna. As I was going over the far-famed Harry Mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistol and I then produced my rapier. Said stand and deliver, for you are the bold deceiver. My shirt, gonna do it alone. Whack ball and addy-o, whack ball and addy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. Well, I counted out his money and it made a pretty penny. I put it in my pocket, I brought it home to Jenny, who sighed and she swore that she never would deceive me. But the devil take that woman, for she never could be easy. My sherry up the Whack ball and addy-o, whack ball and addy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. I went into my chamber, all for to take a slumber. I dreamt of gold and jewels, for sure it was no wonder that Jenny took the charges and she filled them up with water. Sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. My sherry gonna do it alone. Whack ball and addy-o, whack ball and addy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. Was early in the morning before I rose to travel. Up comes a band of footmen and likewise Captain Farrell. I first produced my pistol, I should stolen away me rapier. I couldn't shoot for water, so a prisoner I was taken. My sherry gonna do it alone. Whack ball and addy-o, whack ball and addy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. They took me to the jailhouse. Judge was all the writing for robbing Captain Farrell on Kildare Mountain. But they could not take my fists. I knocked the jailer down. Bid me a farewell to this tight-fisted town. My sherry gonna do it alone. Whack ball and addy-o, whack ball and addy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. Hey! I'll get you guys to sing the chorus. So you sing nice and loud. Here we go. My sherry gonna do it alone. Whack ball and addy-o, whack ball and addy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. If anyone can leave me, it's my brother in the army. If I can find a station in Cork or in Killarney, together we go roaming over mountains of Kilkenny. Lord knows he treats me better than my own Miss Gordon Jenny. My sherry gonna do it alone. Whack ball and addy-o, whack ball and addy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. Well, some take delight in the carriages rolling, others take delight in the hurley and the bowling. I take delight in the juice of the barley, and courting pretty fair maids in the morning bright and early. My sherry gonna do it alone. Whack ball and addy-o, whack ball and addy-o. There's whiskey in the jar, and my sherry gonna do it alone. Whack ball and addy-o, whack ball and addy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. Hey! Lovely job. Woo! Thanks, Dennis. That was awesome. We need Dennis at more of our gigs. All right, here's one. Can you guys hear all the instruments okay? Oh, yeah. Okay, brilliant. Oh, more mandolin. He's on it. Thank you. Fiddle's good?
I can't go up anymore, so.
It's cranked. It's at 11. Now watch out for that. It's not a Metallica gig. Oh, that's too loud. You can hear that, yeah? Just hear that ready to bash your ears. Nice sound there on the mandolin. It's tough EQing in the front of an audience. It's a fickle thing. Let's hear you there, Ben. Okay? Thank you. All right, cool. Back to the English songs. Here's a great sea song that I love. It's a capstan song. It was used for heavy lifting on board the ship. It's a lament, though, for land. And it's also a tune about traveling to California for the California Gold Rush. It's called The Leaving of Liverpool. And certainly you can get this chorus and sing along. It'll be lovely. You guys sound very nice on Whiskey in the Jar, so let's keep it going. The Leaving of Liverpool from around 1830. 1 and 2. Thank you very much. Singing at the Irish Rovers, here's a song they named themselves after. It's called The Irish Rover, in case you were wondering. And they opened their set with this. I saw them play at the McPherson Playhouse, was that a month ago, I think? Any of you at the show? No. It's a full house anyways, it's sold out, and it's fantastic. I tell you, whenever I mention the Irish Rovers, everyone says the same thing. They must be getting on. And they are. Well, George is. But he's really fit, and the guy's amazing. He sings all these songs with as much gusto as he did back in the 1960s. Really great voice, really on point, really fast. They play fast. And they have a killer accordion player from Chicago, and they have one of the best tenor banjo players, a young guy, probably 28, from England on tenor banjo there, really ripping players, and then of course all the Irish players, fiddler and stuff. Amazing bands, so if you get a chance to see them, please do. They're certainly, if you like Celtic music, they're certainly still the kings of Celtic music in Canada, for sure. So here's to the Irish Rovers, eh? This way here, clap along, and there is an interactive bit where you're supposed to roll on the pub table, but here you'll just have to bash the floor. It's a rolling thing. It's when the ship rolls over and sinks. Yeah. The ship has the ill-fated Irish Rover. This one was almost a hit. Well, it was a hit actually in 1989 when the Pogues and the Dubliners teamed up together. It's very strange when you see these two bands together playing an Irish folk song from the dance hall days of the mid-1800s on Top of the Pops. Amazing. Shows the power of the music, really. Okay, here's the Irish Rover. Hope you enjoy it, folks. Sing along, lots of words. 1 and 2. On the 1st of July, 1806, we set sail for this sweet Ballast port. We were sailing away with a cargo of bricks for the Grand City Hall in New York. It was a wonderful craft, she was rigged far and aft, and oh how the wild wind drove her. She stood several blasts, she had 27 masts, well they called her the Irish Rover. We had 1 million bags of the best slaggle rags, we had 2 million barrels of stone. We had 3 million sides of old blind horses' hides, we had 4 million barrels of bone. We had 5 million hogs, 6 million dogs, 7 million barrels of porter. We had 8 million bales of old natty goat tails in the hold of the Irish Rover. Crushing in the back, there was Barney McGee from the banks of the Lee. There was Hogan from County Tyrone. There was Johnny McGurk, he was scared stiff of work, and a man from Westmeath they called Malone. There was Slugger O'Toole, he was drunk as a rule, and fighting Bill Tracy from Dover. Then your man, Big Man, from the banks to the land, and the skipper of the Irish Rover. There was old Mickey Coote, he played hard on his flute when the ladies lined up for the set. He was tinkling with skill for each sparkling quadrille. The dancers were fluttered and bent, and with his smart witty talk, he was talking off the walk. He rolled the dames under and over. Well, they knew at a glance when he took out the stance. He sailed with the Irish Rover. We had sailed 7 years, the measles broke out, the ship lost its way in the fog. And that whale and a crew was reduced just to 2, myself and the captain's old dog. Well, the ship struck a rock, oh Lord, what a shock! The bulkhead was turned right over. Okay, here's where you roll. Ready? It turned! That sounds good. Awesome. It turned 9 times around. And the poor old dog was drowned. Now I'm the last of the Irish Rover. Hey, hey, hey. You guys are a great audience, great audience. Okay, Madeline's going to play a tune with us on the Irish harp. Irish harp has an interesting history in that in the 1700s, the Queen of England decreed that all harpers should be hung and all their harps burned because the musicians would not bow to the crown. But it survived, and Madeline survived. Here she is. She's going to play Irish harp for you. And we're going to do two hornpipes. Actually, we'd like to hear the harp first, maybe, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, the harp on itself to get it in your ears. How about that? I know she doesn't like, she wants to play with us first, but let's try it. It'll be great. She's going to do one called Molly McAlpine. And this is from around the same time as O'Carolan was around. And the composer of this tune was much loved by O'Carolan, and O'Carolan wished he had written this song, but he didn't. He wrote O'Carolan tunes, you know, the Planksties. So it's also sometimes called O'Carolan's Dream. The McAlpines were a family that resisted forced eviction, so it was a rebel song without words, just the music. But of course, all the people in the communities knew exactly what it meant when the harpers played it, and that's why they had to be hung. So here we go, folks. Give her a big round of applause, Madeline Townley. She's forgotten something too. I know you might have noticed we get a lot of people coming up after we play that tune after the set break, and they say, "Oh, that sounded like Stairway to Heaven." Yeah, and I was like, probably probably Stairway to Heaven sounded like that. It's the other way around. Unless Led Zeppelin are, well, they're probably about 300 years old now, but not back then. They were quite young. And so it's in fact where they did get the riff from. And Led Zeppelin, unknown to what Maddie's doing here, oh, she's tuning. Unknown to many people, they were very interested in English folk music, and they used a lot of English folk music in their tunes, which is apparent to us, but not necessarily apparent to everybody because of the electric guitars and the drums and all of that. But hidden in there are a lot of English folk riffs, which are really cool. And that's one of them, Molly McAlpine. Okay, she's gonna tune up. Yeah, I don't think we have time for a tune up. Oh, she's done. That was quick. I thought she was gonna do all 800 strings there. We're gonna do two hornpipes for you. Hornpipe was originally an English mariner dance. If you were in the English Navy, you had to dance the hornpipe. Otherwise, I don't know if you passed. If you were allowed to go out into the Navy and fight naval battles unless you knew how to do the hornpipe dance. I'm not sure. Or maybe it was a lenient jury. Like, well, the guy can't really dance very well, but you know, he could shoot a good cannon or whatever. Let him through. You never know. I don't know. Anyways, the Irish and the Scottish, they loved the dance, and so they wrote a lot of the dances themselves. Hornpipes, that is. Not necessarily, not in the Navy. They didn't have navies. Those guys, well, maybe the Scottish did. They had a whaling navy at least. And anyways, these are two ancient Irish hornpipes from the 1700s. Hope you enjoy them. The newer names that we use are the Rights of Man and the Pride of Petrovor. Those are the ones, what they're known as now, but they've had many names throughout the hundreds of years they've been around. So hope you enjoy it, folks. 2 English or Irish hornpipes. Enjoy. 1 and 2. Brianna Kennedy on the fiddle, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Conley on the harp. Ben Garrison on the mandolin. Okay, that's our last song. Tried to get 2 out of him, but he's got stuff to do still. So, but we have to do the barn dance after this. So it'll only be. Oh yeah, there we go. We got 2. Okay, thanks. I did. If I complained, he'd succumb. We'll do a 2-minute piece after this one. Madeline's gonna sing this tune called "Black is the Color of My." Oh, maybe we should Lazy Lindsay actually, because yeah.
Because my mom's here.
Yeah, because her mom's here, and Brianna sings that one. Should we do that one? Oh yeah, we'll do that one. Okay. This one's called Lazy Lindsay. This is a Scottish tune. It's a wedding tune, actually. Scottish wedding song. And it's very old, and it was made famous by a group called the Corries. If you like Scottish music, listen to the Corries. They were around for about, probably not quite as long as the Dubliners, but pretty close, and were contemporaries. And it was a duo, but they did amazing arrangements for two people. It was incredible, so you want to check them out. Anyways, here's Leezy Lindsay featuring Brianna Kennedy and Madeline Townley on vocals, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Oh, I am short. Mic check. Can you hear me? Ish. Yeah? Awesome. Even better.
Is that better?
I don't know. Probably.
Yes, yes.
All right, cool.
Even better.
Leezy Lindsay. 1, 2, 3, 1.
Will you gang to the Highlands, Leezy Lindsay? Will you gang to the Highlands with me? Will you gang to the Highlands, Leezy Lindsay? My bride and my darling to be. To gang to the Highlands with you, sir, would bring the soft tear to my eye, and to leave the green lands and the woodlands and streams of my own country. And will you gang to the Highlands, Leezy Lindsay? Will you gang to the Highlands with me? Will you gang to the Highlands, Leezy Lindsay? My bride and my darling to be. And will you gang to the Highlands, Leezy Lindsay? Will you gang to the Highlands with me? Will you gang to the Highlands, Leezy Lindsay? My bride and my darling to be. 1,000 claymores I can muster, each blade and its bearer the same, and one round that chieftain they rally, their gallant Argyle is my name. And will you gang to the Highlands, Leezy Lindsay? Will you gang to the Highlands with me? Will you gang to the Highlands, Leezy Lindsay? My bride and my darling to be.
Thank you. Well, thank you all for having us, folks, for the Hounds of Cuchulain. If you're interested in merchandise, all that money goes towards our band fund, which helps fix our vehicle and tend to our instruments, because we go up and down the island a lot. We just played Port Alberni yesterday. We played the Scottish, and we played Chemainus, or we played Port Alberni 2 days ago, Chemainus yesterday, or something like that, here today. We played the Scottish Cultural Centre, lots of gigs, and then we play up at the Islands Folk Fest this year. Thank you. We do 2 sets there, or two stages, and then we're going up to play Orca Fest in Port McNeill, and lots of other things. So you can follow us on the socials or check out our website, and you can see where we're playing, and hope to see you again. Thank you very much, and thanks to Dennis for having us.